bit late, but well, let's just say we have something else, Ian and I have something else in the work. But while we're waiting, we're going to. We had the new solicitations coming out, so we figured, hey, might as well talk about them.
Yes, solicitations.
Yep, and well, it's for August. Let's just take a look.
Yeah.
Yep, hold on.
Are you sure you
Yeah.
want to use Newsarama? The CBR website's actually better this time. I don't know what happened to
Are
them.
you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm used to Newsarama.
Okay.
So
They
we
were missing
have.
a bunch of covers earlier.
Oh, they were. I don't. Okay. So we have, of course, Chip Zdarsky.
Flashman.
Yep, doing Batman 126. I'm really looking forward to Zdarsky stuff.
I think it could be really good. I mean, I'm
The
really
swimsuit
liking the night.
cover.
Haha, the swimsuit.
Okay, before we go further, the night. What's your opinion on the whole they're making Bruce buy? Do you think they were really doing that, or do you think that was just the art and the artist taking liberties?
Honestly, I would say it's queer baiting. I think DC and Zdarsky have no intention of making Bruce buy, but I think that Zdarsky likes to play games. I mean, if you ever read his newsletter, you'd know that.
Right.
Um, and so I honestly think that I'm kind of surprised that the gay community hasn't, like the gay comics community hasn't been more like, this is queer baiting, because like
True,
everyone knows it's
true,
not going to happen.
true, but I think it's more because it's in the artwork, not really the writing as much as Zdarsky saw it.
I've been really liking the night. I think that
Oh, I
it's
agree. Oh, I agree. But I've noticed that a bunch of the people from the anti-CWs have kind of shut up after a while. Of course, let's see
uh,
how well they're going to. Let's see how much they're going to bitch and moan about these swimsuit covers.
yeah. I don't know. I like this one. I think it's funny. I
Well,
like the humor in
Well, it's
it.
Gilliam March. I think. No, that's
No,
Janet.
no,
McCall
that's
Janet.
Michael Hanif.
No, you're
Yeah,
right. You're right. I thought it's the way Selena looks. It looks like March is Selena.
yeah, I can see that. But the Batman is clearly
Right. You're
Selena.
right.
But it's
And we
like I like the fact that Selena is in an athletic and fun pose rather than like sticking her butt out pose.
exactly. Whereas Batman, he feels like I'm only here for you, babe.
I
But
have to admit, I'm
that's what.
slightly tempted to get that because of the Bat Cat in it.
Oh God, the bat
It's so
nipples.
cute. He's a man. Of course he has bat
True, but
nipples.
they usually don't make them that prominent.
Whatever.
but oh, now we have the start of the Batman One Bad Day books.
There's so many. So many.
Yeah.
I have stood against the whole DC is only doing Batman because they've done a lot of stuff. They did Aquaman. They did like 4 Aquaman series, 4 Wonder Woman series. They're doing these Aquaman Black Label stuff. Like there's a bunch of stuff that's not Batman. But then they went and did 8 one shots that are all like 3 issues. So they basically did 24 issues of comics just for Batman.
And what's the reason?
Money. Actually, I think they're pivoting. They're trying to pivot again towards the book market.
Okay, and given how thick the books are, you're probably right.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 64, baby.
And it's quite clear they're going off of Killing Joke.
Oh, yes. I mean, One Bad Day is unmistakable.
But yeah, but also this.
Well, and they have Brian Bolland doing a variant.
Yep. Then we have Dear Detective. I'm interested in this.
I'm so pissed off about this.
Why?
This is just a covers collection, and it explains
it
why
is?
none of the covers have anything to do with the insides.
Oh. Well, it says one part compelling noir tale. So what? Is he going to add a story to his covers?
Yep.
Well, hey, given how a lot of his covers do, I wouldn't be surprised if he has been doing like a story with it.
No, that's what he said. When he started doing covers variants for Detective, he's like, I want to weave a subtle narrative. And I'm like, Lee Bermejo, you're not a very good writer.
Hey. Noel?
Okay. I haven't read Noel, but We Are Robin is a book that I still really enjoy, but I think he did a very bad job writing it. I think it was mostly a conceptual and art book that I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was Jorge Corona, who's currently on Batgirls, and I love his art.
Right. The Detective Comics 1063. I am looking forward to Ram V still.
I have to say, I am not excited about the text here, but I still think the creative team will make it worth checking out.
Right.
Like all this
Um,
stuff, like I don't know.
right.
I don't care about what the solicits say.
We got Flashpoint Beyond.
That is the title that is happening.
You're still not it. Well, I don't
I
know.
haven't read original Flashpoint, so I'm not reading this.
All right, and looks like our plans fell through. Just to let you know.
That's okay. We got this.
Yep. But well, to be fair though, I don't know if you saw was my interview with Jeremy Adams. Turns out Jeff Johns came in after Jeremy and Tim came up with the idea.
Really? So how much did
Well,
did Johns
well,
do?
Jeremy and Tim wanted to do something with Flashpoint. They suggested they go to Jeff, and then Jeff started collaborating with them on it. This is why it says written by him. He got the ball rolling. Hold on. He got the
So is
ball
it sort of
rolling.
like Batman Eternal, where Scott Snyder got editorial to agree, but like
I don't know.
Hyneman, the
I
writing
don't
staff,
know.
did
I
it?
don't know. He didn't say so much, but I do think a lot of these ideas are Jeff's, and they're probably playing off a lot of his plot points.
Well, they're clearly playing off his plot points. Like the
And
preview.
Jeremy did confirm this is all set after Justice League Incarnate.
I thought Justice League Incarnate was leading into
It did. No, I'm
Dark
saying I'm
Crisis.
true, but I'm saying no. A lot of this stuff just happened. He said they'll explain at some point.
I don't care. I'm not reading either Dark Crisis or Flashpoint Beyond. So
Why? But again, why? Because of Jeff.
no, because they're events. I don't
Oh,
read events. The
oh,
only
and to be
reason I
fair, it's
read.
not so much an event. Not really.
I also don't read Justice League.
All right, all right. Up next, we have Sword of Azrael.
I'm excited about this. I really like the art team. So this is like a continuation of the Urban Legends story, which I really enjoyed
Yep.
by the same creators.
Urban Legends and Order of the World.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what do you think about this Quesada variant they're talking about?
It's a 1 in 50, so I'm never going to touch it. So I don't care. It looks
True.
cool though.
Well, I don't
cool.
see. I don't know which one's the cover. This is not it.
No. That's why I said we might want to use CBR, because I think
Hold
it might
on.
be missing that cover. Because I have it on my screen.
Just a moment. Let me take a look. I'm just surprised they were able to get him to do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's basically not doing anything Marvel. Well,
Oh,
cool.
wait. It's cool, but I just realized it's a generic pose. This is probably just old artwork they got his approval to use.
Maybe. It looks pretty modern. They might have recolored it.
Probably recolored it, because I don't think there's any way in hell he's going to want to do anything with them.
Maybe.
Oh, then of course, what do you think about them lately doing these collection one-shots?
Given that I refuse to buy Urban Legends, I like it because it means I can have the story I liked instead of all the crap they fill that book with.
Right. Then we also have Deceased, War of the Undead Gods.
There's only one reason that I will be paying attention to Deceased, and that is, will they resurrect Stephanie Brown? That is the only thing I care about. I do not care about anything else in this book.
Yep. Dark Crisis.
That is another book that is happening.
I am so happy.
I know that you're very excited. As soon as I saw Dr. Light, I was like, Robert is going to be like on the ceiling. We're going to have to peel.
Now that I know she's part of the Justice League, I am so excited.
It looks great. I will say that. The art on this looks amazing. Oh, and let's talk about the second variant cover, because that, I think, really supports your theory about where Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman are.
Right. They're stuck in their little paradise world like Barry is, which I think is what these World Without a Justice League one-shots are, which I soon realized, wait, you already had Justice of Justice League, now we have Worlds Without a Justice League. Also known as that. Worlds. Plural.
Yeah. Also, look, that variant cover is Lee Weeks, who's doing a lot of good variants, and I love it. I'm only irritated because a lot of them are incentives, so I can't buy them.
Oh, this cover, right.
Yeah, that's so gorgeous.
Oh, what do you think about this, though, was Jason getting a ring?
Why does Jason need a ring?
Who knows? It's clearly a world that's been put around John.
It does have Kyle Rayner, so I am excited a little bit about
Oh, I
that.
don't know if you saw my interview with Jeffrey Thorne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did not. What do you say?
Oh, a lot of stuff. We talked for like 2 hours.
Did he say interesting stuff?
Duh. What? No, we talked about boring stuff for 2 hours. What do you think?
Well, I mean, Green Lanterns are boring, but I'm trolling you so hard. Kyle is the best Green Lantern, and that's not trolling.
Okay, Dark Crisis, Young Justice 3. I am
Nope.
not even for Laura Braga's artwork.
Laura Braga is fine, but nope. This writer has burned me way too hard at this point.
Oh wait, this is. Let's make Tim buy, right?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, they're going to probably if the rumors are true that she wants to do the same thing to Connor, I don't think they're going to make him gay. I don't think they can.
I just want. Okay, so completely aside from everything about changing or revealing or developing sexuality, completely aside from that, I think she's just done a really horrible job with the comics she's written. I don't think they're well written. I think that I just think they're not good, and it really disappoints me that they keep giving her more because I don't think she's like okay. So Brandon Thomas has done just fantastic stuff with the Outsiders and Duke Thomas. And
oh yeah, the Outsiders and Aquaman.
Yeah, and instead of giving him an Outsiders book, they just keep giving him short stories. But instead of like, and Megan Fitzmartin gets a huge tie-in miniseries to an event, and I just think that
probably because either she has her agenda she wants to do with Connor and Tim, or it could be a case where they and maybe Brandon's also filled and filled to the brim since he has all these other stuff going on.
But Outsiders is so cool. They should do it.
I agree, but it could be that she clearly has nothing else going on at the moment.
That might be true. Anyway, right. I am frustrated with this, so
we got 7 in Flash 785. They wrap
Hooray! up. Although the Flash that I'm really excited about, we're gonna get to.
Nice. Oh, DC Saved by the Bell Rev.
Oh, this looks so amazing because it's got. Now I'm not excited about this, but they're getting another Super Sun special, so that's nice. But we're getting a new Gotham Academy story by the original creative team. Mm-hmm. We're getting Tim Seeley doing Suicide Squad again, which is great. We're getting Dan Waters doing another, like a backstory Azrael story.
Oh.
We're doing Tiny Titans, which is
Tiny. I always loved Tiny. When's the last time they did a proper Tiny Titans? I know they did.
It was like 2014. It was a long time.
Yeah. The last thing they did together was the Superman one.
Oh, Small.
Yeah.
But that wasn't technically Tiny Titans.
It was kind of an in between.
Yeah, it was the same style, but like this is the first branded Tiny Titans story in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And wasn't there another story that was?
It says 8 Tails, Suicide Squad, Jean Paul Valley, Tiny Titans, Gotham Academy, Super Sons.
Oh, Black Lightning's doing one, and that's Brandon Thomas, so that'll be good.
Something with
and there's a Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon story.
Obviously, and a Damian one.
Yep, I thought that was the Super Sons one.
Oh, that could be. You're right.
Yeah. But anyway, I am so excited about this. I am so excited to read this.
Wait, the One Shot or the Poison Ivy?
The Bell Rev, Saved by the Bell Rev.
All right.
Plus, the title is such a great pun.
Right, but what about Poison Ivy?
So my interest in Poison Ivy is really going to depend on the first issue. Whether the first issue tries to make Poison Ivy didn't do anything wrong, she's just a victim, or if it says she's a villain and she needs to.
That's the funny thing with Wilson. I don't think you think she would be doing that, but she's shown she's not usually the type to go the victim route.
Right. So it could be good, but until I read that first issue, I am unwilling to be excited about it. Because if they continue with she's a victim and didn't do anything wrong, I'm just out because she's a villain. No, you can redeem her, but you have to redeem her. You can't just say she's good.
Yep, I would say this. It still always impresses me that in the first issue of Wilson's Wonder Woman run, she had to be a case where we see this young boy over in the Middle Eastern country. He's about to get gunned down by these overzealous militia. Diana shows up and stops them, and they warn her, "Oh, these kids are known for working with someone pretty wicked at everything." I mean, I'm downplaying it, but basically that. She says, "Oh, that's ridiculous. Let the kid run off." If this was her trying to be political, she would have had to be, "Oh yeah, evil military and all that." No, the kid runs off to Ares. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think that it could be good. I just until I have more confirmation,
okay, I know,
I'm
but
in
you get what I was
limbo.
just saying there, though, right? That
No,
she,
she's a thoughtful writer for sure.
but some of you think she's a woke writer. She's
I
okay,
mean, she's relatively woke, but
well,
like
typically, but not as.
most of them are. Like I think the idea if you want
I'm saying she's not one of those heavy duty, the Vita Ayala. I'm putting my woke agenda over my writing. She's more the I'm
I
gonna
mean, here's the thing
and
about Vita. Even I'm not a huge fan of Vita, especially not on Batgirls. Vita's Batgirls was dreadful.
oh
However,
god,
However, Vita did this story with Steve Orlando about Jessica and Simon, and it was an epiphany story. The story it's a Christmas story, and I thought it was really well done. Like I really
oh,
enjoyed that.
a person can have their diamond in the rough. I mean, look at Mags
Right?
Vitaccio. Her Jenny X book wasn't bad.
Was it? I didn't check it out
It was
because
pretty good actually.
okay, maybe I'll check it out in DCU.
But anyway, okay, we got the facsimiles,
Blah
boring.
blah blah blah
Now,
blah.
now
Ooh,
we've got
okay,
now
now we have to talk about this.
the Harley Quinn basically getting a 5-week event.
That's a lot of Harley Quinn.
Now, also notice
I
they're
don't
bringing
think
back
this
the
is
old
gonna
cover.
work.
They're bringing back the old covers from the old Batman day.
I mean, that's cute. I would be more
You
interested
know
in
that's what
going
they're
back
all
to
from, right? You know that's what they're all from, right?
really.
Oh yeah. Don't you remember back a couple years ago when they were around the time
Oh,
of
that's
Harley Quinn Birds of
right.
Prey? They had all of
They
these
had the Dark
varying.
Knight Rises with Batman and then Harley in the famous cover, but is Harley instead of Robin?
Oh, we just went past it.
No, no, no. Dark Knight Rises, not the Detective 27 one.
Oh, Dark Knight Rises.
Blah, 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 blah. Dark Knight Returns. Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, apparently that's not here. Oh, but look at this one.
That one feels a little low effort to me.
Well, you do know that still a lot of times. Actually, oh no, that's Ryan Silk doing that.
It looks too much like he just shopped Harley onto it.
True, but it looks like they didn't
Like
do
the
that
other ones,
cover.
it looks like he redrew them, but that one looks a little too sharp.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they
I
took
could
that
be,
one.
I could
Sorry.
be wrong. Maybe I'm slandering him, or yeah,
Yeah,
slandering.
but like I said, it looks like they took that. They didn't do the that cover. But look at this one.
Yeah. So I mean, this is Harley Goes to Space. It's a Suicide Squad story. I've really enjoyed this run, but I feel like it hasn't been super enthusiastically received. So I'm worried
I
about
think
them
this is a
pushing it.
last ditch effort. I think.
Yeah, which is a bummer because it's really a decent title. It's not bad. Like,
Oh,
I support. Like, I don't agree with Stephanie Phillips getting people to like attack the reviewer.
oh, that one. Well, to be fair, I didn't mind her embracing the "I killed comics" because that person was like, "Wow, how hyperbolic!"
No. That was like 2 years ago. I'm talking about this year. Like, someone wrote a negative review of Harley Quinn, and she was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"This is."
didn't she more call out how the person clearly didn't read it? Really?
Oh,
Because if I remember right, it was
so.
basically it was the whole they didn't really understand what it was. Basically, they were doing the whole would you kill a person or let the train derail? It's an old, psychological adage. And the person was like, oh, she's horrible. It's like you clearly didn't get it.
Well, so what I'm
Sure
saying
that's
is,
what she was.
I don't agree with the review at all. I also think Stephanie Phillips should not have responded to the review.
Okay, we'll give you that. I will definitely.
I think in general that writers shouldn't respond to negative reviews. I think it makes the writers.
Oh, I
look
agree.
bad.
I agree. I think but to be fair, I think we've seen a lot worse responses from
Oh yeah.
From creators. I mean, Jason Aaron basically writing a whole issue of Avengers. If she'll say, "I hated being objectified. I hated being ogled at. I was never sexy. I like being ugly and stupid."
Uh,
Yeah. Is there any reason?
I
Is
have
there is,
avoided Jason Aaron after reading some of his Thor issues, so I guess
is
I will
there any
continue to
reason?
avoid his issues.
Is there any reason why Al Ewing had to do a one shot during Empire to have it be that? Oh yeah, anything that's out of character from Jen is just due to the Green Door stuff he was doing in Immortal Hulk. The fact that you have people who are retconning everything around Aaron tells you that they're just placating Aaron at this point. Right now, it's like they're
Does
keeping him.
Aaron really sell that well that they keep him on stuff?
I think they do it so he doesn't go over to DC or something.
Oh, please keep doing that. I don't want him here.
Yeah, but again, I think they're doing that because otherwise, because if you notice, aside from Heroes Return, which had Reborn, which had zero really effect on the universe itself, outside of how it affected Avengers, every other event has not really tied in at all. And it feels like you may have Donny Cates trying to undo the Phoenix is Thor's mother, but then Aaron turned around and said, nope, still his mother.
That's super dumb.
Well, I agree, and I'm pretty sure Cates agrees. That's one thing I will give Cates and all that, is that that if it's dumb, they'll undo it.
Good.
But anyway, we have a follow-up with the Harley Quinn animated special. I think given how well the Eat, Bang, Kill tour did.
I'm still really annoyed at the...
What?
The whole YouTube video that Franklin did before she was hired.
Oh, yeah. To be fair, who knows what was going through her mind?
Yeah, I just... That really bothers me. It was very unprofessional.
Oh, and I agree. I do agree with that, all right? But at the same time, I do then think of some of the hatred she got afterwards, especially mocking her disability.
Yeah. Well, no, I completely agree that you shouldn't mock people. I just disagree with that behavior.
Yep. Up Flash. We get this is another 5th week event a month, so we get a bunch of other
This is the
annuals.
one I was excited about because it's a Linda and Wally story. It looks so cute.
Wonder Girl's getting more of a wrap up. I'm happy for that. And Yara has been a good breakout character that deserved to have been more of a breakout.
I feel like Jones was the wrong person.
Well, at least to write it, not to draw it. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. To draw it, not to write it.
Yes. No, I think she would have been better if she'd done with like Blanco, like she did with Catwoman.
I would say keep Andrea Milo on that. She should have been the main artist.
Andrea Milo would also have been good.
Which I've met her. I met her at the Motor City Comic Con. Real sweetheart.
Yeah, nice.
We got Olympus Rebirth, which explains what's going on with Hippolyta. Maybe this might explain.
Could be cool.
And maybe it might explain why. Maybe there was a conspiracy going on with Artemis.
I just like this Lee Weeks cover. It looks super cool. I'm just pissed that it's incentive. So I can't.
I also met Lee Weeks at the convention.
He is so nice and very thoughtful and really cool.
Yep. Oh, they're finally doing this book.
Oh, this looks really great.
Oh boy! Remember everyone saying, "Why did they gender swap?"
People
Shazam?
who say that don't read comics. Mary Marvel has been around the whole time.
Exactly. But unfortunately, you do know there were some people of the usual suspects who were just bitching at Modi as well. Nope. And then Tales of the Human Target, a.k.a. just holding and marking time until we get caught up on the rest of the artwork.
Yeah, that's a big break. And this feels really last moment. That being said, I really like this Jorge Jimenez cover.
Well, to be fair, I was going to say, Greg Smallwood has shown, like when he did the Vampirella book, not Vampirella, Vampironica comic, he couldn't finish it. That book
his stuff is really great. I really hated issue 6. I thought issue 6 made everyone...
Whoa! When we talked about it last, you didn't complain.
I didn't?
No.
Well, shame on me. I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it too, especially what they did to Guy.
Yes, he was... Okay, so even if it's an alternate universe, that's a lazy cliche of a character that Tom
Oh, jeez, and especially what he did to Ice. Ice would never do that.
Yeah, and it's just gross. Like, I don't like Ice or
and then
the human targets
and then
anymore.
bangs him.
They just have sex next to his melting body. That's gross.
And they even realize, like, by the time we're done, we realize, whoops.
Whoops.
And then they didn't care. They're like, oh well.
I just hope that Tom King is like, you're supposed to think these people are terrible.
I think that's what he's going for.
But then who should I root for? I was just like, this is too dark for me.
All those other collections.
Collections.
These Justice Society files with Cyclone. I hope this gives us a good insight into her and how much of her. I really hope they keep her bubbly, energetic personality, because I'm not getting that vibe so far.
But remember who's writing the backup?
Hold on. Brian Q. Miller. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Collection. Oh, we got that. I'm excited for this. I like the first one.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I
like Ty. I like Ty.
No, it's nothing against Ty. The only Green Lantern I care anything about is Kyle. I don't care about any of the other ones.
Diana Nubia.
Yep, cute.
Okay. Oh, I cannot wait.
We gotta talk about the thirsty cover.
And Superman, it's like.
I'm surprised they don't do Lois on these covers.
I agree.
I guess it's Art Germ, and Art Germ loves Supergirl, but like Batman, Catwoman, Superman, Lois. I mean, Lois is hot. She can do a swimsuit.
I agree. Now here's a question: do you think the story's going to end at 10:50?
That's a lot. I mean, they keep saying things like,
well, it's the climactic battle for the
climactic approaches, and four issues feels like a long time for them to be ramping up so much. I feel like
true, but it does feel, it might be the start of a new
launch arc. A new title, not a new title, but a new arc instead of be the climax.
That's very true. That's very true. I'm just saying it could be one or the other. That'll be the perfect place to end it, but it'll also be the perfect place to start something new. But either way, though. Oh boy! Did you hear how people apparently are claiming? Oh, this is about the stuff going on in Iraq. They were
but Philip just did a whole Twitter thread about that.
That's what I'm talking about. People were making that accusation.
And he's like, no, this is about human trafficking and the prisons of people who have been enslaved for a long time.
To be fair, though, again, this is one of those cases where, yes, he's going in with that intent, but really, it's not as heavy. It still fits within the story. It's like the old days where you would, yes, someone might have a political slant, but they would still fit a good story around it, as opposed to being so what Tom Taylor does with John. You know what I mean? You get what I mean? There's a huge difference. Compare what Philip has been doing to how Taylor does it. Taylor just uses modern politics, says, I'm right, you're wrong, and bashes you over the head and has the character talk about. Whereas Philip is more coming up with a scenario that's equivalent to the issue at hand, but it's not a case where you're going to argue in universe because it's dealing with war in War World.
Well, and I think the other thing about Philip Kennedy Johnson is he is genuinely interested in why people might disagree, whereas Tom Taylor has no interest in why people disagree.
He's like, I'm never wrong. If you disagree
with Tom Taylor, you're evil. Like, that's the way he thinks. He's very black and white and shallow. Philip Kennedy Johnson, he's clearly a man of the left. He clearly has a progressive worldview, but he is not. He's interested in
the Superman writer first. He's a Superman writer first, and he's
interested in telling a great story with a great character.
Exactly, and he gets it when it comes to Clark. I still remember his Future State story. How you had that one girl said, everyone saying, "Oh, Superman." She's like, "What about Clark Kent was the real hero?" Because of course, Bendis. Turns out, from what I understand, a lot of people at DC did not agree with Bendis at all. On his, how to look at Superman.
I am so curious to see what happens after he's done with
Justice. Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Hold on. Anyway, we have the Aquaman Flash.
Is this Black Label? I thought this was Black Label.
No, not Black Label, but it is Prestige. How
weird! It feels like the thing that should be Black Label.
I was going to stop with Batgirls at issue 6, But after with how they're having Seer come to them begging for help, it got my interest there. Even
I
though I
think that
hate
was
her.
a really no. I hate Seer too, but I think that was not what I expected. That was a creative choice that
Yep,
they did
I
with.
was on the verge of dropping, but now I am curious. But I still hate her. I hate how she's this young, petulant, and you know what the worst part is? It's so obvious that Clooney and the other side she was going to be their punchline. It's so
Well,
obvious, isn't it, that they thought
how
that?
much of it was Seer really theirs? Because Seer pops up in
No.
John Ridley
They're
stuff,
no,
and
they're the ones who. And I'm pretty sure they're the one. Given how they've been utilizing her and everything,
but
I'm
do we know
pretty
that she's the one they came up with, or were they assigned her? Because you
okay.
know how editorial likes to
That
assign
is
people.
a good point. That is a good point, and I know technically it was Taylor who revealed her.
Right, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think it was like a Bat Office thing, and then Clunan and Conrad, being the new kids on the block, they were
Well, either
assigned
way,
her.
though, it's so obvious the bad office thought she was going to be the new punchline. I mean, look at her outfit. It screams cosplay, easy, easy cosplay.
Yeah,
But like
it's
the
not good.
problem is, if she was an older character, I think she would have worked. Once you made her a
Yeah,
kid,
if you
no
hit
one
her
liked her.
in the 20s or even or better the 30s, I think it would have been
No,
better.
I think 20s would have fit because it's still you could still have the petulant childishness of it.
Yeah.
It would be like punchline, but in a different direction.
Now, something about this last variant cover I really love because the Tyrannosaurus Rex is eating the giant penny, which is chocolate. I think that's just
Ah,
hilarious.
agreed, but
That's hilarious.
right. But as I was saying though, having her be a bratty kid, that's where I
No,
think
I
you lose
agree. I am
everyone.
not a
That's
fan
where
of
you
Seer.
lose everyone.
I like literally every other villain better than Seer.
I know. Again, it's just the fact that it's like, but wait, you look at her action. You're like, she framed Stephanie. She made everyone think Batman was dead. She made him having to take down everything from Oracle, all for the yucks.
Yeah.
Why? Because she's a rich, spoiled kid who was too
Yeah.
smart for her own good.
We'll have to see what they do. I think that they've set up a potentially better story than they started out telling. But I agree,
Anyway,
she hasn't been good.
Batman Beyond Neo year. The fact these are the people who are currently doing Captain America now tells you that's probably why this is a mini series.
I do not understand why this title exists because we have Batman Catwoman, we have Future State Gotham, we have Beyond the
Beyond,
White Knight. Why do we need this one too?
we need another Bat book.
We don't.
Batman
We don't.
Superman World's Finest. Oh, a Dodson cover.
Uh, which one's the Dodson? Oh yeah, that is Dodson.
Yeah. I just showed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
I
Flying
don't know.
Graysons flies through time.
This series starts out way too much like the Loeb run, and I don't like the Loeb run. So
Oh, dude. I love the Loeb run.
lots of people do. It's got an omnibuses, and everyone loves it. I don't enjoy it. It's too weird for me.
Batman Fortress. Again, I'm wait for the first issue.
This is 8 issues long. I've read the first issue, and it's not bad, but it is. I don't understand.
What
why
is
it's
up with
8
Green
issues long.
Lantern and this animal head?
I don't understand what's going on with this book.
Batman Killing Time, which I've been surprisingly enjoying.
Yeah, I started off really being against this book. Now, I think people who watch your channel enough know I am a Tom King fan. But the pitch for this book, where there's no sadness, there's no angst, there's no romance. I like those things. But like the way he's worked the flashbacks into it has been really interesting to me.
Right. I think this was done to prove to people he can do. I think this was. I imagine someone dared him to say, "Can you do a book that proves that your critics are wrong? That you can do this other stuff without making a therapy session."
Right. And I think, but he's also managed to make it
He still slips
complex
in
and
a little
interesting.
bit of it. He still slips in a little bit of what you can call those therapy sessions, but not as much as you would think.
Yeah.
The Night. I've been enjoying
This
this.
book has been so good. It's been so
has.
good. And DJ and Domenico's art is fantastic.
Oh, geez. Yes. I've been loving
So
this artwork.
beautiful.
I gotta do a check. Hold on. I gotta do a check something. Did he do what I think he did? Nope, it's not up there. Is it who I'm thinking it is? Nope. Different artist. So I was mixing him up with someone else. I was mixing him up with Giuseppe Camuncoli. Hello?
Hmm?
I said I was mixing him up with Giuseppe Camuncoli.
Yes. Camuncoli is also very good, but I've loved Carmine since he did Punisher with Rucka.
Oh yes. I'm trying to double check what else he's done because I know I've
He did
seen
a bunch
other.
of Flash with
What if
Williamson
Captain
and
America?
Coogan.
The What If Captain America? The Battle in Jack Murdoch book. Spider-Man Noir.
He's got a really cool, sketchy style.
Yep. Okay, Urban Legends. Brandon Thomas is going to do more Batman Outsiders.
That's the only reason I'm going to be excited about this issue. Everything else sounds really bleh.
Oh, Chris Burnham is back doing some work.
He's doing an Alfred story, and
he's writing. He's writing it.
No, he's doing art too.
Oh, you're right. There he is.
But Batman teaming up with Etrigan, I don't care.
Have you ever read the Elseworlds Batman Demon?
No.
Where it was Bruce Wayne, and that was the host of the Demon, and he would go around Gotham.
Seems silly.
Well, it's Alan Grant. Oh, Batman White Knight presents Red Hood. I'm gonna love this.
Simone DeMeo is a really interesting pick. I think it'll be quite interesting, and I don't know. I'm a little pissed that he still hasn't introduced Stephanie Brown, but he's doing a lot of interesting
You
stuff.
and your Stephanie Brown.
What? I have a brand. I have to stay true to my brand.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just double checking what else they had done. They did the Harley Quinn book. All right. Black Adam. Okay, so apparently Priest has confirmed the first 6 issues are before 75.
Okay.
Which means then that Adam was already dying, beforehand.
Interestingly, originally they were... So last month they said this was a 12-issue miniseries. Now it seems like they're trying to say it's an ongoing again.
I think they're hedging their bets.
I want it to be an ongoing because I want to buy a Priest book from DC.
All right, hold on. Oh boy, I just had someone comment that comment you saw in there with a guy saying how it is not anti-SJW to want good books. Most of what the big two are putting out is not good, and even the good is average to below average. Maybe you didn't experience the pinnacle of comics growing up like Wes and I did. Shut up!
Wait, who is saying this?
This guy named Eric Andrews. Hold on.
But where are they saying this?
They're saying this on a comment I did on one of Tristan's videos because someone was bringing up how Wes was complaining about these cover and the Eisners, and I'm like, and she was saying how no, this looks like there's actually some good books this year, and I'm like, I agree. This feels like one of the better years for the Eisners.
Wayne Family Adventures is nominated, therefore this Eisner's is the best.
Well, Wes was bashing it. Hold on.
Well, there's a reason I don't watch Wes.
See, there it is. Look. Maybe you didn't experience the pinnacle of comics growing up like Wes and I did, and maybe you're too close-minded to go back. Fuck you!
I've read plenty of stuff from before my time.
But the modern industry is a complete dumpster fire. No, it's not.
It really
and see, I am insulted that this guy wants to say that I was not there during the pinnacle of it. I was off and on before Infinite Crisis, and then from Infinite Crisis onward, I've been collecting comics, and I've been looking back at a bunch of the old stuff as well. So yeah, to say that I did not grow up on experience the pinnacle of comics, kiss my ass!
You shouldn't actually do that.
Okay, you know what I mean? Like, or you're too close-minded and go back to and read things from before your time. Again, do I need to show off my comic collection?
Apparently, this guy thinks you bought them for decoration.
If I wanted that, I would get fake books just to fill up my shelf.
Just get a bunch of copies of The Killing Joke.
Or something like that. I would just do some crap like that. I got The Crossing. I don't know why, because I got it for a good deal. The Avengers, The Crossing. You know what I mean? Shit like that. I'm sorry I'm derailing this. I am pissed off now.
I mean, this guy is an idiot.
This guy is beyond an idiot. I don't fucking care what he's... Okay, obviously I do care, but it's more like he does not know me at all, and how dare he try and say, I don't know anything about it. How dare he? Just because I don't suck up and just spout everything. Hominus, it's right on Tristan's community post about for the first year, the Eisner seemed to be very well done. I think they're missing Dave Stewart, Donny Cates' crossover, and Immortal Wonder Woman, but other than that, quite good. And here's what my comment was. Of course, Wes disagrees. He jumped on the hate everything mainstream bandwagon to cater to all the anti-SJWs who want their confirmation bias from him. So yeah, is it anti-SJW to want good comics? There's plenty of good comics! I can name more good comics than I can shit comics!
There's lots of good comics. There are bad comics. Don't get me wrong. But
did I say that? Did I say there weren't bad comics? All right, but it's like even if one goes Marvel, a lot of those throwback miniseries have been amazing. Venom, Lethal Protector, the Maestro miniseries, Symbiote Spider-Man, we got the upcoming the Genis Val Captain Marvel book coming up soon. I mean, anything with Peter David lately he's been back on his A game lately. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean? Books like that, the X-Men Legends book, all of these books show that they're still good being done. Or She-Hulk has been very good. And even at DC, I can name the majority of books at DC are good. Not as he put it, average to below average of what comics used to be. Bullshit! What Philip Kennedy Johnson alone is doing on Action Comics is one of the best things I've seen from Superman in a long time. And I'm including Tomasi and Jurgens.
Impressive.
And I love those that run. But this is one of the best I've seen from Superman in quite a long time. So to say the modern comic book industry is a dumpster fire tells you are just not even bothering looking.
I mean,
no. Hominus, no. It's this Eric Andrew guys. Look under the comment by Kathra Sadrid. Hold on. This guy. Look for this guy's comment. I'm one of the replies. All right, and even Tristan said she can't in good conscience recommend him anymore, and I agree. As this other person says, Thinking Critical sold out to the anti-SJW crowd a long time ago, while ironically screaming at people sold out to the SJW crowd. Hell, if Alan Moore wrote a new DC comic today, Wes would find something woke about it and give it a bad review. Exactly! These guys don't care anymore. They've got more money and more things and entertainment from being outraged. Again, I'm sorry for derailing it, but that pissed me off. I hate when I get my comic book fandom questioned like that just because I don't tote the line. What is that? Seriously, what is with these guys? I see this way too much lately, don't you? You don't cater,
So you know how the more progressive side of comic fandom talks about gatekeeping.
Yes.
That is actual gatekeeping. The progressive side of fandom,
they try. They try to guilt you, and you do gatekeeping through guilt, but not actual gatekeeping.
Well, the progressive side of fandom says that anyone who believes that you should read and enjoy and have a really deep knowledge of old stuff is gatekeeping. I strongly disagree with that. But someone who says you guys didn't live through the good stuff, I did. That's
Oh
gatekeeping.
yeah,
That's
and
trying
again,
to hurt people by being better than you are.
and he just assumes it. When again, look, that's just one shelf. Do I have to do a video again going through every single one of my comics? Do I? I feel like I have to. And it's not like it's just the regular mainstream crap. I got stuff like Godland, for Christ's sake, Bomb Queen, Ex Machina. You know what I mean? The Fight Club and 2 and 3 comics. You know about those?
I know about them.
They're weird. They are weird.
I have feelings about that artist.
Okay, I know. Well, Ted, to be fair, those 2 books came out before it was revealed about him.
I disliked him before all that stuff.
Really? Even on his Batman work?
Yes, because I think he's arrogant and
you can't deny it was a good artist.
I just got a really bad vibe off of him from it.
And it ended up being worse than you thought.
Yep.
I know, but, I mean, the books I have just so many, so many Mark Millar books, so many...
I have never questioned your comic book fandom. You're definitely more of a fan of more things than me. I'm much more laser focused on a
Wolverine Origins!
The movie?
No, the comic run that Daniel Way did.
Okay.
Mark Guggenheim's Blade! With Howard Chaykin artwork.
Uncle Googie.
Manhunter!
Ooh, now there's wait, which one?
Kate.
Yeah, that's an awesome series.
Oh, beyond awesome. And I always of course I also include the Streets of Gotham backup stories. But you know what I mean? It's just, I got so many books here. And even stuff that I'm sure people would complain to me about, like, why do you have that trash? Like Scott Pilgrim. I got the entire Colors collection.
Lots of people like it.
I know, so do I. I love the movie.
It's not my thing, but lots of people love it.
And I got Star Wars comics. I'm a few books away from having a complete Elseworlds run and collection.
Nice.
All right, so again, if this Eric guy ever sees this, I doubt he does, but if he ever does, fuck you. Like I said, kiss my ass, because you and your higher than thou rhetoric think that I don't know the good times of comics. Blah, blah, blah. If there's anyone who doesn't know or has such a nostalgia filter of of comics, it's you. The guys like you who think, oh, I know when it was good and this is nowhere near it. And anyone who likes it is settling it or enjoys woke shit. No. If it's good, it's good. If it's crap, it's crap. And I will say it is crap. Okay? There's a lot of times. I mean, heck, I've had more times I've been dropping comics than, it'd be the longest time where if I bought a comic, I would very rarely drop it unless it was money related, finance related. But the past few years, I've had some books where I dropped, like the Wonder Twins book. I barely made through that book, and I got all the other Wonder Comics collection, issues. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like you kind of tuned out on me there a little.
Well, I think we should get back to the solicits.
All right. Again, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Blood Syndicate, loving it with the first issue alone.
Very nice.
Oh, I've actually met, how do you say her name? Sozo Micah.
Oh, Sozo Micah.
I met her at Motor City.
Do you Okay, so why are her covers selling for so much?
I did not ask that. Ooh, so look at those legs.
That is a nice variant.
Like I said, I don't know why they're selling for so much.
I'm kind of annoyed though that Howard is just having Selena flirt with everything. And if this were the 90s, I wouldn't mind
Oh,
as much.
weren't you the one who told me that you think they're trying to do everything they can to distance away from the Batcat stuff because they
Yes,
think
but I hate
that?
that. I hate that.
Oh, I agree, but you gotta blame Tom King for that.
No, I do not.
Yes, you do.
No, I do
He's
not.
the one. He's the one that made people think it was toxic.
No. Toxic fans did that. Blame the fandom.
Now we have Lonely City. I can't wait to see how this wraps up.
I think it's too long.
Oh, Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, praise be his name.
Oh, that is a great cover. Like, the art on this book is amazing. I just think that the
Mhm.
writing is way too slow and way too unfocused.
Oh God, I have another response to this. Heck, I'm pretty sure Drew hasn't watched the video. He doesn't hate everything. He says there are other prize-worthy comics. Does Wes go overboard sometimes? Yeah, but he admits that himself, unlike some people. Bullshit. Wes does not admit it as much. And if he does, he's like, oh yeah, I'm sure there's some good, but fuck this, fuck this, fuck that. DC versus vampires. Again, I think the twist really piqued my interest.
I don't like.
What?
I don't
It's
like end of
Rosenberg
the
and
world, apocalypse, everyone dies type stories.
fair enough.
And also, Steph's not in it, so I'm mad.
DC Mech. I am curious on this one. I'm gonna
Are
flip
you more
through.
interested in DC Mech or Jurassic League?
Jurassic League. I love that first issue.
Okay.
Well, what about you?
I was excited about the idea, but I felt like there wasn't enough dinosaur. I felt like it was too much just the Justice League members wearing dinosaur clothes.
And we
I wanted
continue.
it to feel more dinosaur-y.
We're continuing more with more Deathstroke year one.
Yeah, this annoys me. I don't think they should do another.
Again, I'm pretty sure it's to avoid him having to make it a tie-in to Dark Crisis since Slade factored so much into it.
I don't know. I thought Deathstroke was going to die at the end of Shadow War.
No. Anyway, we have Duo. Interesting. Fables. I know you're loving that. Meh.
Fables is great. Everyone should read it.
Why is this book still continuing?
You got me. I have to review it, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so tired of it.
Why is it still continuing? I thought it would end already.
If they had actually did what they promised and like tied all the stories together and given characters like room to breathe.
I'm sorry, they lost me the moment they killed off Grifter. The moment they killed him.
But he's back.
So, already?
Yes.
Okay. I Am Batman. This has gotten better. This has improved so much since he came to New York.
Oh, yeah?
Have you read it?
Yeah, I have to read it.
Yeah. Well, wouldn't you agree, though? It's improved a lot since he's come to New York?
No, it feels the same to me.
All right. Well, I feel it's improved quite a lot because it felt like he's distanced down, given a chance to grow and breathe. Now, here's Justice League versus Legion, the wrap-up of the Gold Lantern saga. Really? Gold Lantern?
Who's Gold Lantern again?
What?
Who is Gold Lantern?
There's some kid in the Legion time.
Oh, okay. There are way too many Legion characters. I have no idea who they are.
Multiversity, Teen Justice. I am still interested in this. And Tristan, boy did Tristan call it the moment they announced everyone having a different, showing their pronouns and everything. She knew before they started bitching and moaning that they were going to bitch and moan.
I mean, I'm not super happy about that, but I'm not surprised either.
Naomi, whatever.
No,
Nightwing. Oh yeah, true. Well, I more give credit to David Walker for that, and Jamal Campbell.
I mostly give credit to Jamal Campbell because the art is phenomenal.
Nightwing. I am so interested where we're going to be in 5 more issues. Like, what is he building up to?
So, let me again state my biases. I don't like Tom Taylor.
But you have been liking his Nightwing, though, haven't you?
I have not. I think it was derailed by Fear State. and I think that he's done a lot of weird stuff in terms of crossovers and stuff that really annoy me. Because and this last issue where he crossed over with Wally, it really pissed me off because he made the villains really stupid. And I hate that because if you make the villains stupid, it means the heroes are also stupid. Because beating the villains when they're stupid is not heroic. It's just bullying.
Mm-hmm.
So I really didn't like that, even though I have been loving Jeremy Adams on Flash. So seeing Flash crossover is cool, but I think that Taylor did a really bad job.
Hey, Hominus, I thought you were going to actually reply to that asshole, by the way.
Oh no, Comet War in real time.
Nubia. I also met Alyssa Martinez. Again, nice lady.
I really like this Derek Chew cover, but I like Derek Chew.
Right, but I was going to say was get this, she has her little doggy with her at the con, wrapped up in this little, bundle, wrapped around her.
Cool.
A cute little dog.
Very nice.
And I even told her, and she loved how I said it. I'm like, you give that modern take on an old-fashioned style, in a bit like when I saw her first stuff doing Nubia during the Future State stuff, I had a Perez vibe, and she said that is one of the greatest compliments I could get. And I'm like, well, it's the truth. I'm not saying I like the writing, but I didn't say that. But I loved her artwork.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
There's
you can't
Robin.
Control the writing.
Right, there's Robin. Wonder where this is going to be going.
I am worried because it says that story comes to an end as he's pulled into a shocking new storyline. So I'm worried that they're ending this book and having Mark Waid take over with the Batman versus Robin book.
I hope. Do you think
maybe they'll put this on pause for that?
I think they'll put it on pause, or he might do a Damian Year One.
There is no need for a Damian Year One. We literally I know. Origin.
True, but I'm just saying now the truth about Flatline and Heartbreak. Oh boy.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, but I've been liking Flatline, and I still say
that.
Yeah,
she's working for Lord Deathman.
I'll just say this, to those who keep saying there's a gay agenda, well, given what Joshua Williamson did with Damian, does he have a straight agenda?
I think that's a little unfair because
I'm being funny.
I have no sense of humor.
Rogue's been loving this book.
Nice.
Is it all? It's Joshua Williamson, Leo Max.
But there's no fill-in artist or anything.
It's a black label book.
So is Nightmare Country, and that has fill-ins.
True, but that's more of an ongoing black label. This is the miniseries black label.
Okay, that's good. I prefer it when it's all one artist.
Scooby-Doo, Son of Kal-El. I will say this. I still have my issues with it, but it's not as bad as it started out as.
That's a low bar.
But I would say this as well. It's not all, I'm bi, I'm gay, look at my boyfriend, like people claim it is.
My problem is it's so shallow. Like I said, Tom Taylor
I will agree.
Black and white. If anyone disagrees with him, that person is doing so because he's evil, and he secretly agrees with Tom Taylor, but he's evil, so he's not going to admit it. And that is
the reason. I would say the recent issue pissed me off. Now, the funny thing is, though, I like the stuff between Batman and Paw. I love that stuff, but it was so clearly done. It is as behold of Bendis. Have the characters in universe say why everything's good and great, and then you have the point where Jay says, "Oh, I get why Batman's saying it, but we just do what needs to be done." Yeah, you kill people still.
I would be more sympathetic to Taylor saying that he's just assigned to write deaths if he didn't keep doing projects where he does it. Suicide Squad. He didn't have to do Deceased. He didn't have to do what he's doing in Nightwing.
Now, in the case of Injustice, he had to kill.
Right. Injustice was clearly a thing because that's what Injustice does. But he didn't have to do the other things.
All right. But anyway, Task Force Z, I am curious to how this is going to wrap up.
Yeah. It's been a fun title.
They still no footage about this Bane.
I mean, I assume they're getting to it. It is very confusing.
Jurassic League, been loving it.
Well, I mean, there's only one title, but love the
Nightmare Country. Now, is this still an ongoing, or is this going to just be end when it ends?
I thought it was a 12 issue, but they're not saying that.
So, well, to be fair, wasn't that other book thought to be a 6-issue and ended up being a 12-issue?
Which one?
The one that Wilson wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Dreaming.
That's a good point. It might. I don't know.
It was supposed to be 6 and it ended up becoming 12 or something.
Yeah, so maybe they're hedging their bets and just not giving numbers so they don't have to change it later.
Yep. Ram V is going to be ending his Swamp Thing stuff.
Yeah, this is interesting. I mean, they said this got extended, so I'm surprised they didn't do a season 2.
Well, technically they have been calling it season 2, see?
Oh, that's right. But they didn't change the numbering.
No, they did not. They just extended it to 6 issues.
Which is cool. I'm just like, I don't understand the branding.
Wonder Woman, if it wasn't for the fact we're closing in on 800, I would have dropped this by now. It feels like once Diana came back, Cloonan and the others I don't think they know what they're doing, really.
Cool cover, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a throwback to Hikatea.
Yeah. J.G. Jones.
Yep. Young Justice, Target. Such a shame that the show's not continuing. Again.
Is it actually confirmed to be?
From what I've heard, it was confirmed.
Okay. I'm just kind of annoyed that they just didn't shape their story for the budget they had. I really don't like all the still frame stuff they do.
Right. We got the 2 American Vampire omnibuses. Collecting everything Snyder did.
Black and White, Detective, Hush Train. I think that's all the books.
Yep. Blue and Gold. The fact that we finally got an explanation to Black Beetle.
Who is Black Beetle?
That was someone that Jaime had dealt with.
Oh, okay.
And it was also in the Booster. It was also in the Booster Gold books.
I really need to read that original John Rogers run.
Keith Giffen and John Rogers.
Yeah.
Future State Gotham, Hardware, okay, Incarnate, yada, yada, yada. Mark Waid's getting an omnibus, finally. Titans United, Trials of the Amazon. War for Earth 3. The only thing good in that one was the Flash issue. And I will give this Waller's idea, her big plan, was a very Waller plan. And the George Perez omnibus. So, yeah, that's all the solicitations.
Yep. So, some interesting stuff.
I would say this is a very interesting one. It's not a slog fest like other ones have been.
I actually am starting. So my polls have been dropping a lot because I was subscribed to a bunch of miniseries that are ending, and I'm finally starting to add titles again, which I am happy about.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah, I was down to like 3 titles this month, and I'm going back up to 8 or 9.
Going back to that one guy, I just want to ask you: have you ever had to deal with people like that?
Yeah, sometimes. Back when I was doing Tom King's run, people were like, how dare you have this guy on your podcast who loves Tom King's Batman? I just do. Sorry.
Yeah, and it's like, but again, the fact that these guys tell you you are wrong, that you should hate him because we all hate him.
I mean, I understand.
I don't. I really don't understand because it feels like it's gotten to this point where they truly think everything is garbage.
I honestly don't see why they stay. Because, like...
Well, that's the thing. They're not even reading it. They're taking these YouTubers' point of view and taking it like it's the gospel.
What fun do you get out of that?
No, they get fun. Here's what I think it is. It's a new way, and they've realized outrage is giving them a type of... It's like oh, what's it called? That when you get that kind
Hmm.
of surge in your feelings, when say you get someone liking your tweets.
Right.
It's like that, but it's more with the outrage. They found they've gotten more of a surge of this emotion feeling when they're outraged than they are when they're entertained.
I guess
Or
I've
the
never been popular enough.
or the very least, you're more likely to throw money at someone when you're outraged.
The only time I've ever given a super chat was when I wanted to ask Chuck Dixon a question about the map of Gotham and Stephanie Brown. Like
True,
I don't
but
throw money at people for outrage because that's money I could
I
use
didn't
for
mean you. I didn't
worthwhile.
mean you. I meant these guys. They're more likely to throw money when you're dealing with outrage than you are if you
Do you think it's similar to the to OnlyFans? Like,
well, that's more trying to get horny.
right, but anger and sex have similar effects on the brain in terms of feedback loops and the chemicals
Yes.
released.
I think that could be very well be it.
I
And
don't
I
know.
think that's what they're going off of. I think they're just basically they're catering, peddling outrage because it sells, it gets these people's attention, and they want to make sure it's going to go as long as it can. And so long as they keep saying everything sucks, nothing, very few things are good, it's going to keep going, and the gravy train's going to keep a flowing.
It depresses me though.
It does. It does with me as well. And again, I'm sorry. That just. I normally these guys don't always get to me, but that one just really got to me.
Oh! We should talk about the Perry White one shot though.
Oh, that's
That
not.
looks fun.
When does that come out?
June. It's weird. They solicited it way late, but it's coming
Yeah,
out in
but
June.
I'm excited for that. It's
It
Perry.
looks really fun.
I love Perry White. It takes some people having to get him right, but it seems like there's more people who've seen who, when they utilize him, and that's one of the few things I will give Bendis. He did pretty good with Perry.
Well, they're including some of Bendis' stuff in this one shot.
All right. Well, no surprise, since I'm by the same guy that did the Jimmy Olsen stuff, which was done around the same time as the Perry stuff and as Bendis' stuff.
Yeah, but they're also doing like an Elliot Magan story and some other like classic.
Oh, Elliot, that's Megan. Great.
I'm really excited about this. I think this will be cool one shot to add to my collection.
What about from other comic companies, or do you just stick to DC?
Well, I have nothing with Marvel. I looked at Marvel Solicitations today, and the only thing I might be interested in is Variants and Iron Cat, and I'm worried that Iron Cat's going to be like. I'm worried that Iron Cat's going to be like a romance between Iron Cat and Felicia, and I'm not interested in that. However, I mean, I'm a Priest man, so I am buying everything he's writing for Dynamite.
All right.
So how has been
the Vampirella stuff since that first year?
I really liked it. Like the second year is where I actually started really getting invested because he gave Vampirella's backstory with her mom, and he explained why she's so angry and so sad about her mom, and that really got me invested.
You know, it's been one book I would say from IDW I've been liking, and I don't mean just Godzilla vs. Power Rangers. There's a different one, and that's been the Star Trek Mirror War.
Oh yeah, who's writing that? Is that Lansing and Kelling too?
No, that's Tipton and Tipton.
Okay.
Scott and David Tipton. They've been doing this ever since the Star Trek Broken Mirror. It's all of this is the next gen mirror stuff. Wait, Ryan Wilson, the one with the doggy photo. Oh, yep. No, if I remember right, isn't he a jerk as well on in comments? I think. But anyway, I'm also interested in this Last Bot Standing comic they've been doing because they're wrapping up stuff for Transformers, as well as they're doing the Shattered Glass 2, a follow up to the first mini.
What? Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, gee, okay.
I'm not into Star Trek enough to know anything except there was an evil Picard in the Mirror Universe.
What about Transformers?
Remember my opinion about giant robots and giant monsters?
Right. You're right.
I'm not against you guys liking them. It does not appeal to me.
What about Ninja Turtles?
I think My parents didn't let me do Ninja Turtles as a kid, and I think I
Resented
missed it.
them.
No, I didn't resent him. I think I missed it. I think Batman has filled that ninja hole in my head.
All right. Well, what do you think about GI
People
Joe's?
always complain that when they write the Robins together, they're just writing the Ninja Turtles. I'm like, yeah, but I like the Robins.
Tinian proved that during Batman Ninja Turtles 3.
TMNT.
Batman TMNT 3, the third one, where you had each of the turtles being a different, dressed up like a different Robin. And it was the most obvious one. You had Mikey as Damien, because he's the youngest, Raph as Jason, Leo as Nightwing, and Donatello as Tib.
That reminds me of why I didn't read that series.
If they were going, wait, whoa. What?
Because they missed one.
They didn't have Venus exist. Otherwise, they probably would have put her in the spoiler outfit or Batgirl outfit. It's just the 4 turtles. You only had 4 Robins that were dudes.
Yeah, but there should be a girl.
They had yet to bring in Venus, and I don't think they were going to put Janica or whatever her name is into it. The only other girl is April, and she had her own thing going on.
Yeah, Steph wouldn't fit with April.
Exactly. So again, there was no other character, so you can't blame them for that one.
I can blame them all I want. My resentment is not rational.
No shit. I was it. No shit. So, all right then. Well, we've had our fun. Let's start wrapping things up.
I think that August looks fun. I didn't get a sense that there was much new. So it's basically, if you're on board with stuff, it's exciting. But like, they launched all their big stuff in June and July, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, but yeah, I am still looking forward to a bunch of this stuff. Let's just, Turtle should have gone interspecies. Hominus, really?
What do you say? Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ian, for jumping in when our plans fell through.
But solicits are always fun to do.
Yep. And until then, hopefully we'll see you all next month.